if it gets to the point where it's like overwhelming, where she's like doing a lot of people, then I'm gonna have to tell someone to get you help. I will find some type of way to help you. Even if you stop talking to me in the future, you're gonna need the help regardless, because you shouldn't be giving your body out or doing any type of things like that to yourself or anyone.
Oh man, give a round of applause. That's a beautiful man, thank you guys. Thank you, young ladies. Definitely a great example of and any one of your friends that hang around you guys should definitely be as great as you are. So thank you for this conversation. Up next, we're going to have a conversation, correct me if I'm wrong, about Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors. Is that true?
Yes, we're going to jump into the Jesse Williams thing.
Oh, my bad. That's later on in the conversation. That's going to be a part of the conversation. We're going to be talking about Jesse Williams' speech. He won the Humanitarian Award for the BET Awards a couple weeks ago, and we're going to jump into that conversation in a couple minutes. So thank you. Sit back and chill as we get back into some more YRadioSF.com. We'll be back after a couple songs. Peace.
That was perfect.
You're listening to Y Radio San Francisco.
Alright, so look, while we're switching off, Ahim, Marcel, get yourselves ready. Good stuff, ladies.
Peter, I wanted to say something.
No, keep it going. Keep it going. Can I get one of you guys to take over Ahim's position, please?
I gotta pee.
Switch over, sit over there. Recording.
Yeah. Don't get nervous now.
Alright, so
No paper?
Yeah, you can take it.
To the ID, when Marcel talk, we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. We're gonna have a little talk, Yo, I'm freestyle for y'all real quick. Ready? Look, yo, said Y Radio, this is the show. You gotta have a flow to be on Y Radio. And you already know, we gon' show you some. If you don't believe me, I'm gon' let you know how we flow. On the beat, we go so slow. As soon as it's in, you gon' believe me.
He realized I'm like a teacher. Yes. This is YRadioSF.com. Welcome back. Coming up now, we're going to have Mr. Ahim and Marcel. But before we do that, we're going to show another video clip. This video clip coming up is the BET Music Awards the other night, where Mr. Jesse Williams received a humanitarian award. So we're going to watch a quick 5 to 6 minute clip, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the conversation.
Knowledge is power. It is an incredibly necessary tool for self-determination. I was lucky enough to have parents who were very politically conscious. When I was able to read, and my dad first sat me down and made it very clear to me the burden that we bear as Black people in this country, and how many people fought and died and sacrificed their time, energy to be able to have access to possibly pursuing any dreams that we have.
When you think about his voice in the Black community, you need to understand that before he was an actor, he was a teacher. He taught on African diaspora and African history.
Being a teacher certainly impacted the work that I do. I come from a community very similar to that which I was teaching in, right? So an understanding of what it is to live below the poverty line. I never had any interest in acting until I started doing it. Getting the role on Grace certainly turned into a life-changing opportunity. Didn't know it at the time, but lucky for me, I think they made some kind of accounting error and just kept me on the books, and I stuck around.
I think anybody who achieves celebrity means that you have captured the imagination of a vast public. For those of us who have had that experience, great challenge then becomes, what do you do with that platform?
Is it okay to use violence to get what you want or not? Because a cop blew the head off of Michael Brown, shot a teenager 6 times, but Michael Brown's the savage because he pushed a guy in a convenience store?
And Jesse not only spoke out about the brutal murder of unarmed teen Mike Brown, he traveled to Ferguson to stand in solidarity with the people on the front line.
Ferguson decided to take the mantle of being ground zero for how we're going to organize resistance and to respect ourselves enough to stand upright and not be bent over anymore and to harness this energy. That's where the work was being done.
Jesse chose to use his power and his platform to put a light on things that people would not ordinarily expect him to speak about.
He is amazingly conscientious about the world in which he lives.
He understands that the condition of the people is the condition. And if it is less than what it needs to be, then people who have the platform need to stand up and speak unapologetically.
In addition to speaking out and protesting in places like Ferguson and Flint, Jesse pushes for social change through his media project, Question Bridge Black Males, and his service on the boards of the Advancement Project and Sankofa.org.
Jesse, doing what he does, he says it's worth it. It's a chance worth taking.
Black Lives Matter means to me, we are no longer going to allow you to pretend we are somehow subhuman. We're not interested in conditional freedom. We want the freedom that we damn well deserve, and we want it right now.
For his continued efforts and steadfast commitment to furthering social change, we are proud to present such a deserving recipient with the 2016 BET Humanitarian Award presented by State Farm, Jesse Williams.
Peace. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, BET. Thank you, Nate Parker, Harry, and Debbie Allen for participating in that. Before we get into it, I just want to say, I brought my parents out tonight. I just want to thank them for being here, for teaching me to focus on comprehension over career, that they make sure I learned what the schools were afraid to teach us, and also thank my amazing wife for changing my life. Now, this award, this is not for me. This is for the real organizers all over the country, the activists, the civil rights attorneys, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that a system built to divide and impoverish and destroy us cannot stand if we do. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics. The more we learn about who we are and how we got here, the more we will mobilize. Now, this is also in particular for the black women, in particular, who have spent their lifetimes dedicated to nurturing everyone before themselves. We can and will do better for you. Now, what we've been doing is looking at the data, and we know that police somehow manage to de-escalate, disarm, and not kill white people every day. So what's going to happen is we are going to have equal rights and justice in our own country, or we will restructure their function and ours. Now, I got more, y'all. Yesterday would have been young Tamir Rice's 14th birthday. So I don't want to hear any more about how far we've come when paid public servants can pull a drive-by on a 12-year-old playing alone in a park in broad daylight, killing him on television and then going home to make a sandwich. Tell Rakia Boyd how it's so much better to live in 2012 than it is to live in 1612 or 1712. Tell that to Eric Garner. Tell that to Sandra Bland. Tell that to Dorian Hunt. Now the thing is, though, all of us in here getting money, that alone isn't going to stop this. All right? Now, dedicating our lives to getting money just to give it right back for someone's brand on our body, when we spent centuries praying with brands on our bodies, and now we pray to get paid for brands on our bodies. There has been no war that we have not fought and died on the front lines of. There has been no job we haven't done. There's no tax they haven't levied against us, and we've paid all of them. But freedom is somehow always conditional here. You're free, they keep telling us. But she would have been alive if she hadn't acted so free.
freedom is always coming in the hereafter. But you know what, though? The hereafter is a hustle. We want it now. And let's get a couple things straight. Just a little side note. The burden of the brutalized is not to comfort the bystander. That's not our job. All right, stop with all that. If you have a critique for the resistance, for our resistance, then you better have an established record of critique of our oppression. If you have no interest in equal rights for black people, then do not make suggestions to those who do. Sit down. We've been floating this country on credit for centuries, yo. And we're done watching and waiting while this invention called whiteness uses and abuses us, burying black people out of sight and out of mind while extracting our culture, our dollars, our entertainment like oil, black gold, ghettoizing and demeaning our creations and stealing them, gentrifying our genius, and then trying us on like costumes before discarding our bodies like rinds of strange fruit. The thing is that just because we're magic doesn't mean we're not real. Thank you.
And when they say drop the mic, they mean drop the mic. Wow. Jeez. That's amazing.
Man.
And now we have 2 weeks later, and there's a reason why he said what he said, right? So we're bringing up our next segment. We're talking about Jesse Williams in the speech. Giving up for... Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah, bringing up Aheem and Marcel. What's up? What's up, fellas?
Hey,
how you guys doing today?
How y'all doing? Man, that right there, before we even get into it, man, you gotta really feel the power behind his speech. The way he speaks, he enunciates properly. He gives eye contact, not to everyone in the room, but it's just like the feeling that you look one direction, but it's filling up the room with power. So I feel I just had to say that before we start. So
yeah, you guys think I'm just gonna facilitate and throw a couple questions at y'all. Just initially, when y'all first heard it, what made you choose to talk about Jesse Williams' speech for this segment for the show?
Well, what made me choose this is because, like I said, it's just so powerful to hear a colored male speak on our behalf, because some people are afraid to speak up for themselves. And when you get over that fear level, you can only fear what you don't understand. So if you get over that fear level, we will become so much stronger, not as just as a race, but as a culture, and just come together to be stronger. And we can overcome any obstacle or challenge in front of us.
I completely agree with what Aheem said. I think Jesse Williams giving that speech was like a ray of hope for all the people who like felt that they didn't really have any. Those people now feel like Jesse Williams is their voice when they didn't have one, and I think that's a great thing, because a lot of people out there, like Aheem said, are like too scared to talk, but Jesse Williams speaking up gives them hope, and hopefully the other people will speak up now.
So did y'all notice, like, I mean, we can break down the speech, but like when he started going in, could you just feel the excitement in the audience? They were like, oh.
They rose up on the second sentence he put out there. He went in on one, and then the second one, everyone was just rising. It's like you see the power building up inside them. They're like, whoa, what's that feeling I have? It's something inside me telling me to get up and praise this man. He got a message. Like Malcolm, when he spoke, Malcolm X, he put power into the people. He made them stand. He made them cheer, shout, because they knew that freedom was going to come if they only believed. Right. So if they believed in themselves, they will rise up and they'll see that change in their future.
Yeah, I love what you said. He put power into the people, because he could have easily just went up there and said, "Hey, thank you for this award." You know, maybe said a couple of things about it, but he really just went in. So if we can just kind of, if you don't mind, just go through the speech a little bit. What was one of the first things you heard that was just like, it's about to go down?
You can go ahead.
The first thing I heard that I thought was really interesting was when he said, "A system created to divide will not stand if we do."
That's right. Divide and impoverish.
I think that was a very important line in his speech, because I think he's right. The system is like intended to divide the races, and that's not going to really work if the majority of the races are being put down and just one race is being put up. And like that race is a minority. It's not even most of the people in the country anymore. if all the races stand together, I feel like this country could be a much better place.
Going off what he said, I feel what he's trying to prove with this message is if we stand as a united front, the system that was built to, as he said, divide, impoverish, and destroy us, they won't have any power. They won't. If we stand as a united front and reap the benefits that each race has, then we can grow stronger than anyone that could ever be individually. We just got to come together and be that how do I say it, that change that we seek.
So, just with Jesse, we know that Jesse Williams is not an overnight success, right? Like, he's been putting in work for a minute to even get a humanitarian award. He's relatively young, right? He has a show on ABC, one of the best shows, and that's not holding him back. How did you feel about when I don't say he called out the audience, but he was talking about, like, all of us sitting here buying stuff isn't going to be enough. What do you think he meant by that?
You want to go first?
I think he meant that all the African American people who are now making money, like living the life that they wanted, isn't going to be enough to stop the oppression that they're feeling. Because just because you make a lot of money doesn't really mean you're changing anything. People can still try and oppress you even though you have a lot of money. As you can there's still a lot of people out there still being oppressed and they don't have money. So we have to step up and help those people try and get unoppressed.
Going off of what you said, I'm just going to piggyback on you because you made a great point. There's a lot of people out there oppressed right now, right? So what you got to think about, all that money and power that you have, we're not saying give us that. We're saying share your power. Let us all be equal as one. If we see you with all these big houses, nice cars and everything like that, it's not depending on your race, your ethnic group, your religion, none of that. It's just based off of you being that elegant person that you are and actually showing the world that you can make a change, not only in your community, but around the world. Make a worldwide change so that we can have a chain reaction that's going to keep going like this. And when people give, it keeps going a long way, a long way. I would never forget this. I seen a video one time. It showed how one man, a homeless man, helped a lady because she dropped a $100 bill. Instead of the man taking it, he brought it back to her. Next thing you know, he started coming up in the world. Then other people start getting chain reactions. She gets her bags carried across the street. Then he gets money because he was poor. And it just keep going and going. So the point is, if we make that chain reaction that we seek and actually put a positive message into the world, we will see what that oppression, if it's going to be banished or if it's going to continue. If we got to see that for ourselves. You don't know what it can do unless you try. So you have to put yourself out there and make that change.
It's deep, and it's a good point. I heard someone say back in the day, no matter how much money you get, you'll never be free unless your people are free. So even though all those people in the room may have platinum records, drive, Bentleys, whatever, until police stop killing us, you can never really sleep that easy, right? You can never go to bed on your silk sheets and be like, oh, wow, we're doing good as a community. Did you see people's consciousness start to change in that room, when they were showing the audience? Do you see people that have that aha moment, oh, snap, maybe I do need to change what I'm putting out there?
That's a good question.
You want to go? Okay, well, I feel they actually had that feeling. I know they have. Maybe I do need to change it, but there's always that one person. Like I said, you only fear what you cannot understand. Somebody will take one sentence out of the whole hour-long speech, right? And they'll make that the point that they stick on. Oh, he said this I don't like, and that'll be the main point the whole time. Oh, he's saying something powerful, but I don't care because he already said something I don't like. You don't understand it, so you fear it. You say, well, I can't go along with it because I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know if it's going to change anybody. I don't know if it's going to change me. So you get that feeling, and you say, I'm done. I'm not helping you. And that's what people tend to do. They have a sense of hopelessness, and they give up on their community, real fast, the sound of the beat. And that's what we need to work on as a community. We have to come together and actually have that hope. You gotta you gotta be a hope dealer. Instead of a dope dealer, be a hope dealer. Give out hope. Help people feel that there will be a change. So I'll let you go off there.
Speaking of what you said about people rejecting his ideas because they're not really sure what's gonna happen, I heard that he petitioned to be fired from the show he was on.
Change.org, yeah.
I don't understand why people will petition him to get fired for giving a speech about the truth.
Because he's a racist, remember?
Okay. Wait. Who said he was?
What?
That's what they're saying. They're basically saying that he made racist comments. They are saying he made racist comments, and that the show that he's on, which is one of the biggest shows on ABC, he needs to be fired from it.
They say he criticized people by saying police somehow managed to de-escalate, disarm, and kill white people every day. So they got offended by that by saying, "Oh, there's majority white officers, so he must be racist." No. There is a diversity in the police department. There is no certain race that he's targeting. He's just saying that maybe there's a different approach. Do you consider this approach? Do you not like this approach? Let me know something as a community member, and maybe we can all come together and make that change. I keep saying it, the change. That's all it got to be. It's just got to be that change that we make. It's just over.
And he made a great. I don't know if you guys caught this when he was talking about gentrifying our style. He's basically saying that all these people who love black culture, right, who try to take our swag, who hairstyles and clothes, but then won't support us in these moments when we're saying, hey, we need justice, right? There's a disproportionate level of black men being killed, like we saw this week. In less than 24 hours, someone else gets killed, right? And all these people that want to swag jack us, but when it comes time to go to jail and stand up, they're gone in the wind, right? How do you feel about that? Like, those folks who love our style, go to our hip hop shows, not all of them, but a certain amount, but then when it's time to speak up, they're nowhere to be around.
Another point that he brought up in his speech, and then I'm gonna go off with your question. He said, we came so far from having brands on our skin to wearing brands in our clothing. You know how powerful that is, that one quote that he just said? So I feel what he's trying to prove from that is, why are you supporting major brands when you can make one of your own? Why are you doing that? You wasting money into expensive things that's only going to the dominant group. I'm not going to say specifically what the dominant group is, because I think that's more research that you would have to get into. But yeah, so the dominant group is getting that money, and it's not going back down to the poverty. It's not going down to any of that. It's just the fact that you're giving to the rich and not to the poor. That's what he's trying to go off of, and I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about what about the clothing thing, but I think that part of his speech meant that we really haven't come as far as we think we really have, because we went from going to having brands on our bodies to paying to have more brands on our bodies, which I think doesn't really make any sense. Like, when I first heard it, I wasn't really sure what he meant by that, and then I thought about it more. Like, the brand we have on our clothes that we buy is just them having the brand on our skin, but 400 years in the future.
Yeah, slavery, right? They used to brand us to say you belong to this certain kind of plantation, whatever. And now we're wearing brands. It's like, you ever heard this thing? We went from fighting for freedom to acting dumb for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that fast. Well, what else y'all think about? So do you think what's going to happen as a result is a lot of these athletes are going to start holding these brands that they're under to say, hey, we need you to use some of this money to filter into the community instead of just giving it to me. You need to give back to the place I'm from.
Oh, go ahead.
I think either the people who are making giving the brands and faces and everything, all the poster people for brands, are either gonna have their brands donate to communities they're from, or the players themselves are just gonna donate to communities they came from, people who don't really have as much as they do, just give back as much as they can.
I agree with that, but I feel even if they were to give back, what are you giving back? Are you giving back money that could be spent in days' time, or are you giving back knowledge that actually could empower us and move us forward in the future? Because knowledge is power, as they would say, and you gotta recognize that becomes freedom. You have to be free in the mind before you can be free in liberty. You feel me? So when I'm coming into this mindset of if they're gonna give back, you have to give back the right thing. You don't want to give back materialistic. You can give shoes to charity and clothes to charity all day long, but natural beauty is natural beauty, and you got to recognize the knowledge is your natural beauty. It doesn't matter what ladies around the world, just listen to this. Look, you are all beautiful, right? No matter what race, no matter what skin color. The point is, you have to know what you are inside. No matter what you are on the outside, you have to know who you are deep within. It got to come from your soul, and your spiritual guidance have to lead you into the freedom.
So let me ask you, do you think people around particularly young, let's keep it real, it's affecting black and brown people, but do you think a lot of people now, even from the speech or before the speech, are starting to wake up to a lot of these things we're talking about, like valuing self instead of putting their identity into name brand clothing names of companies that don't care about us, right? Do you think that the consciousness that people are being like, yo, hold on, this ain't cool?
I think that more and more people are having that like epiphany sort of, but I don't think enough people are having it at the same time. But this speech definitely woke up a lot of people. I feel like a lot more people are going to be more active about like stuff that's happening in the community, like the 2 recent killings that happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah, back to back.
People are already protesting, and like a lot of people have stood up for those guys.
He named a lot of people in his speech. He named Rakia Boyd, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Dorian Hunt. But what you gotta understand is the message that he's giving out, some people will not even think to listen to it. They're just like, oh, well, this is a man speaking for this group. Why can't the group speak for themselves? It's because of the fear.
So why do you think people get so defensive?
So they get defensive because they don't understand. I brought that up in the beginning. If you fear what you don't understand, you're not going to go into it. You're just going to say no, and that's going to be your answer, no. Or you might even say yes, depending on the situation. But while he's pulling out power, most people are just listening to main points. I brought that up in the beginning. They listen to main points, and they say that's the whole speech. I don't even want to hear anymore. And they close out their knowledge, whatever you want to call it. They just close it all up. So
let me ask you this kind of final point. So what do we need to do, or I mean, I even ask you, does it matter, to get those kind of people, right, who are closed off, who are defensive? How do we continue to reach them, or is it more important to reach the people in our community who still need to be woken up at the same time?
I'm just going to say this. We need to re-function. We need to reconstruct our functions, and everyone else is around. So I just feel that was a great quote to end it with right there. We need to reconstruct our functions and others.
I think we need to wake a lot more people up. I feel like if we have a lot more people who wake up, the movement will be faster and it'll have more passion because a lot more people are putting all of their heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into the movement. And with like the Warriors motto is like strength in numbers. The more numbers we have, I think the stronger we do get because more people are putting all their effort into it.
Man, incredible conversation. Good round of applause for a young brother right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all just gave power. Jesse Williams, y'all just gave power to all the people who are listening, people in this room. So thank you. We're gonna continue this conversation because it's more than just a conversation, right? It's a huger thing we need to address. So thank you guys.
Don't let nobody take your knowledge. Thank you for listening.
For sure. Up
thank
next,
you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Up next, we're gonna talk about Brother Alton. Alton Sterling, Alton Williams, the young brother who's killed in Louisiana. So stay tuned. YRadioSF.com. We'll be back. Holla.
You're listening to Y Radio, San Francisco, California.
Brandon. I don't know why I did
Who's on this? Who's on the Alton? Sterling Alton. Hey. Brandon, get yourself ready, please.
It was. But ain't nobody on set.
Why would you see it?
Oh, yo, can I have you go hold the tablets in the meantime?
It's not like.
All right, I know what to go.
Brandon, get yourself ready, man. Don't worry about the job.
I'm gonna do.
What do you?
Yeah.
I don't like to.
Hey,
Where's the glasses stuff?
oh, bro, you should sit down.
All right.
I'm gonna bring him up too. Who's that? Yeah, we were doing it.
Minnesota governor said he'd be alive.
Right. I feel the same way.
All right, here we go. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, so we're gonna focus on the TV first. You guys will jump in.
You're listening to Y Radio San Francisco.
We're back at YRadioSF.com. Wow. So, we're back here with our new panel. We're going to be talking about Alton Sterling and brother, I forget his name, out of Minnesota. So just to kind of backdrop for you guys, Superman Jeremy in the house, he's sharper than cheddar cheese. So I've been literally blind this whole week, y'all. And so all this stuff's been coming down.
How does it feel being blind, seeing that?
Well, you know what's funny? You ever heard the song Amazing Grace?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, the song, time to this, it was about a guy, the guy who wrote it was a guy who was transporting slaves from England to the United States. Mm-hmm. And in between one of his journeys, he goes blind. And in his blindness, he realizes all the atrocities he was doing to these poor, innocent people, bringing them to America through slavery. So when he says, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound to say the rest like me, I once was lost, but now I'm fine, was blind, but now I see. Wow. So when I was watching this, I almost wanted to be blind, because to see another innocent black male get killed in the way he did, I kind of saw it halfway in, and I was just like, I just closed my eyes, because I couldn't see it. I didn't want to see it anymore. And then now I can finally see it. It's as horrific as what I heard. And this conversation we've been having, and again, 24 hours later, a young man in Minnesota is killed almost exactly the same way. And so I'm glad you guys decided to talk about this, because it's real, it's relevant, it needs to be talked about. Alton Sterling. So first again, let's just get initial thoughts. How do y'all feel about this? And how does it feel to not even just hear it, but see it?
It feels terrible. When I saw the video, I'm into mixed martial arts. I'm into judo. I'm into groundwork, grappling, stuff like that. So when I saw it said wrestling, I'm looking like, well, did he get like dominant position? Was he on top of one of the officers? How did this go down? And I see that both officers are on top of him, and one officer has his leg pinned under his knee. His arm is trapped. You can't move your arm once it's under there. And his other arm, this is a big dude, so we got like some big shoulders. He's pretty chunky. His arm is stuck under a car. So I don't know how he gonna move his arm to get his hand in the pocket to get his gun or whatever, and to get it out to even try to attempt to shoot one of the officers is just ridiculous to me. And I don't know how you gonna how you say someone's got a gun and you can't see their arm. His arm was under a car, and his other arm was trapped. The man's laying on his back, but the autopsy said he died of gunshot wounds to the chest and to the back. Well, as we saw in the video, of course he was shot in the chest. There was about 5, 6 rounds that went off. So, someone help me figure this out. 2 + 2 is 4, not 10. A man is on his back with 2 officers on top of him. Entry wounds and exit wounds from a bullet look completely and utterly different. Doctors know this. How in the hell does a man, one that size, go from having gunshot wounds in his chest to having gunshot wounds on his back? Because it didn't show him rolling over. Even at the end of the video, it showed him raising his arm, going like this. And that's another thing. At the end of the video, the officer said shots fired. He didn't say that anyone was hit, man down, suspect injured, anything like that. When you fire off a gun, you're not supposed to just say shots fired. You're supposed to say, and there's someone in front of you bleeding. You're not supposed to say just shots fired. Shots fired, we need an ambulance, this is my position, this is my location, this is who the hell I am, kind of thing. You're supposed to get some type of, help so they don't die. But he didn't even try to attempt to do that. He just laid there about a good 5-10 seconds, probably let it sink in, then he just shot a man, and then he just said shots fired. He doesn't notify them that there's someone bleeding out, that this man's life is in jeopardy, or anything like that. He hit him in the chest. That's all vital organs. He needs that to live, to breathe. And he just took that away from him.
And to piggyback off of that, after he shot him, he went back to go get the gun out of his, I think it was his right cargo pocket. And they were talking it over, and it was like, we should leave the body here and just leave. And as he's saying that, the store owner has a video camera and he's recording it, and you can just see the whole thing. It's like,
Wait. So, you're saying the cops said we should just leave the body here?
Yes.
Wow.
I think also after they shot him, they told him to get on the ground, even though they already had him pinned to the ground, and then shot him, and then yelled at him to get on the ground after shooting him, and then they shot him like maybe once more time after that.
Wow. Whoa. So if you guys could just rewind the story, because it's the all familiar story, right? Someone calls the cops and says, oh, this person has a gun or is doing something, and then they come out and then it's a wrap.
Alright, well, prior to that, apparently there was he's a CD man. He sells CDs and DVDs. He's been doing it for quite a few years. He's a family man. His children depend on him, and he depends on his business. Now, as whether it's illegal or not, that's questionable, but no one's really tripping off of that right now. What we're tripping off of is the fact that this is a good guy. Everyone knows him, and he might get a couple of complaints, but I mean, I don't think it's anything that major to where he's gonna pull a gun out on somebody. But long story short, black man with a gun, that's it. That was the only description. No height, weight ratio, or anything like that. Nothing like that. It was just ridiculous. So, there's that, and then after he goes to the store owner, it was, I don't know the brother's name, he explained that he knew Arlen, was it?
Alton.
I'm sorry for that. Alton. He knew Alton for 6 years. He was joking with him just minutes before the shooting happened. This is a dear friend of the store owner's. Now, 6 years, that's a pretty good relationship. And he got to know the dude pretty well in order to be, joking with him and stuff like that. He's been selling CDs in front of my store for 6 years. How am I not going to?
And how many people have we seen sell CDs?
I mean, this is just another Eric Gardner case, actually.
Yeah.
Just a different item. And it just appalls me that they're still getting away with stuff like this. Now, I understand, like the Jesse Williams speech, they de-aggress or desensitize, whatever the word was, people of Caucasian color, or Caucasian descent. White people, basically. Now, he didn't necessarily use that term, but we all knew what he meant.
Yeah, of course.
When it comes to African Americans, when we do something, we're savages, we're aggressive, we're belligerent, we're hostile. But you don't necessarily see black people going and shooting up schools now, do you? Jesse Williams said, we will change their state and we will change ours. We're gonna change it from them shooting us to us shooting them. Now, there's been a lot of talk about that on social media.
So watch this. This is good. So we're kind of rewinding because I want to get to some good points about this. What I call the death after the death, right? So the call of police, and of course we're thinking like, oh, black man with a gun. I can only imagine what their thing is like. Target practice, right?
I mean, it could have been a guy like me.
Yeah, he dies, whatever, right? Now this is the part that it stands true in every case is we call the murder in the press, right? What's the picture that they put up of him? What do they do knowing with African Americans after they're killed by police? How do they portray them in the media?
Well, technically, they try to connect him to some recent shooting or that he was part of a gang or some sort. But this guy, the reason why he had a gun was because his friends also sell CDs, and his friends told him that they've been robbed a couple times at gunpoint at some point. So I don't know if he had license to carry just like Rolando Castile, or if it was just for him to just.
So I'm not sure. In the South, they have different laws around gun. It's a lot more lackadaisical, right? You can have a legal firearm. Midwest too. It's not California. So let me just go back. But why do you think is that important to link them to something else after they just got unjustly killed?
I think it's irrelevant because why would you talk about someone's past when like they're dead because over a CD and a 911 caller by a homeless man?
Okay, so go ahead, Marcel.
I think that's the police's way of trying to justify them killing him. Like they actually had no reason to kill him. He was already pinned down. He told him to get on the ground after you shot him. After you shoot him, you go in his pocket and take out the gun. He couldn't reach for the gun. His arm was pinned under a car and under another cop. I don't understand how they think that that's the right thing to do.
Right. And then what do you think when they the guy who raped the young lady in Stanford, they didn't put his jail picture up there. No. They put his graduation photo looking nice, clean cut. But then when it comes to young African American males who are killed, right? Why is it they always try to find the worst picture? What do you think they're trying to do psychologically to the people who are watching TV?
They're trying to persuade them to see that they're actually a bad person. And the person who raped the girl in Stanford, they didn't put his mugshot until the trial.
Wow.
And since like all these people died, like Eric Gardner and Oscar Grant, they always try to pull something up to where like it'll change your mindset of, oh, it's a sad story, into like, oh, he did something wrong that
he was
caused
a threat.
Yeah.
I want to go off of what Brandon just said. And just like I said earlier, when it comes to African Americans, they try to portray us as belligerent, hostile, the black magic. There's everything's just bad when it comes to being black. Yet they take, as Jesse Williams said, they take our culture, they take pretty much all that we are, except for us.
And right, they love everything about you, but
you. And I was on my own Facebook, my personal Facebook, and my friend Arvon, he had posted a picture, and it was showing the different traits of African American women to Caucasian women. Now, when African American women have braids or weaves, they're ratchet, they're ghetto, they're bad for it. But when Caucasian women have it, it's chic, it's urban, it's current, stuff like that. When an African American woman has large boobs and a large butt, it's demeaning and it's sloppy, over sexualized. But when a Caucasian woman has it, it's attractive, it's hot, everyone wants it, it's sexy, just things like that. And it really appalls me to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still confused by it. So let me ask you about this. When social media starts to get a hold of this, why do you think there's such just like a vicious backlash when people start saying, because what I could see on social media, people were saying some crazy stuff like, well, he shouldn't have been out there, he shouldn't have been out there doing that illegally, and why is he selling CDs and stuff? Well, I mean, that's what people were saying. I don't know if they were legal CDs. I don't know if they're his own CDs. What I'm saying is, every time on social media, people just go, and if you read the threads, like all these racist people come out of nowhere. We call them trolls, and just go hard, and they find every excuse to be like they deserved it. Where are these people coming from?
I think these people are coming from the side that committed the murder. Like, if people realize that these police killing all these young black men is the wrong thing to do, and stand up for themselves, the other people are gonna feel threatened by it and aren't gonna know what to do when their power is taken from them because people realize that they're using their power in the wrong way. I think it's just that they're either scared or they feel threatened because people are now starting to understand that this is not a right thing to do. Police shouldn't be doing this. Their job is to protect and serve the community, not just kill off people.
And how it's particularly with a certain race of people they're doing this to. Not that it's like there's a certain demographic of people this keeps happening to, and it seems like more and more people are ignoring it and trying to find as many excuses as possible to not just call what it is. What do y'all like? We can transition this. Did you guys see his son, Alton Sterling's son, at the press conference?
Yeah.
What did that make you feel when you heard him scream, I want my dad?
I find it interesting that you said trolls. This is a country where we have a asinine, racist, misogynistic person like Donald Trump with the preluded ability that he can even attempt to run for president. But now, let's just focus on the fact that he's winning. That shows us how truly racist America is. And we're told that it's not. As you said, for Alton Sterling's son, that kind of hits home. Because his dad is taken away from him forever. He can't go see his dad or anything. My father wasn't there, because he was on his drug mission. And I would have those days where I was just like, damn, I want my dad. I see my friends and they playing catch with their dad, soccer, training for boxing or whatever. And I'm just like, damn, my dad ain't here for me to do that. But now that he's back there, I kind of have him in my life. He's there, but I can completely and utterly sympathize with him because to have to go there and he ain't there for career day, he ain't there for school barbecue, he ain't there to take you to do nothing, man.
The long-lasting effect, Brandon.
And it hurts.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because, some people just don't, like how Woody said, some people just don't have their dads in their life. And then after the speech, the mayor of Louisiana, he said, quote, I don't want to be part of a cover-up.
Wow.
And that was, when I heard that, I was just messed up. Anybody can can answer or talk or say anything about it, but you just come on and just say I don't want to be a part of the cover-up just makes it more suspicious.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to transition now because it's very heavy. Again, 24 hours later, a brother in Minnesota, which is even almost, I don't want to even compare him, but the guy has his hands up in the car. He's saying, hey, officer, I have a loaded piece, it's registered, just want to give you a heads up. I'm going to get my wallet. And the officers dump on him in the car with his 4-year-old daughter in the back and his wife in the front seat. Mm-hmm. And the daughter already knows that her dad's dead before mom does. Right? Her daughter, 4 years old, saying, cops are bad, mommy. While her dad is bleeding to death, they didn't call the cops. Nothing. That's 24 hours after. In your opinion, what is it going to take? Is it going to be, in your opinion, as young people, is it going to be a peaceful thing that we're going to come to as a country, or is it going to go in another direction, or is it going to be a little bit of both?
It's gonna go left field, and then when it goes left field and hits home run, then it's gonna be tragic and it's gonna be chaotic. I think that we should at least not try, but we should stand up for what is right than what is actually wrong. And that's just messed up for him to tell the officer that he had a firearm. And instead of the officer telling him to get off the car or where's the gun or can I please take the gun out your pocket? Can you please lift it up on the dashboard or something to that nature to where he can see the gun. But no, he shoots at the police officer. He shoots at the man. Then he cries and yells and says, "F this, man. I told you not to move."
I think that a lot of people are gonna wish it would be peace. It would be like a peaceful revolution, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna be peaceful at all. People are gonna get more and more of this is gonna happen. More people are gonna just get mad, and a lot of people are gonna get fed up and start to fight back. I don't want that to happen, but I feel like it's gonna happen soon, and that might actually open a lot of people's eyes when that starts happening.
I agree.
I feel like it's going to get completely and utterly violent. That it is going to end up in us starting to shoot back at police. There is a video on YouTube called "Criminal of Permission." It's by a underground artist. I think his name is Jay John, something like that. And in it he says, "Mr. Commissioner, tell yo popo to chill. It's more of us than y'all, so shit is about to get real. If we start shooting back, we shooting to kill." That we're tired of this. I mean, now because of social media, we're starting to uncover more and more and more of this. Let's think back to maybe before a touchscreen got invented, before you had a camera phone. How much of this was going on and we didn't even know about it? Let's think back to even before that, when black people didn't even have rights. When they could beat you just for Emmett Till, they can beat you brainless just for whistling at a white woman. Stuff like that, even looking at one. Even the idea of, I like blonde hair. That girl has blonde hair. She's cute. You can die for that.
Yeah, it's been a legacy. So we're definitely hoping, again, we don't want to encourage violence. We want to encourage that people are going to stand up, and it's going to be very hard for you to kill an innocent person. We want to hope the system is reformed and changed dramatically fast, but we won't be surprised if that doesn't happen, what the result's going to be. So we just thank you guys. Give a round of applause for you guys being so brave, standing up, speaking from the heart, and pray for better days to come. All right, y'all. We're going to transition to our next segment. Speaking of shooting, this is actually in a good way, though. We're going to be talking about Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors and all the hate that's following that. So we're going to see if that's a good move or not. And so check it out.
It's a bad move for all the rest of the NBA.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the haters. So we'll be back at YRadioSF.com. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Right now I'm listening to Y Radio in San Francisco.
Keep it recording. Make sure that you guys are still recording.
That plus is on your rough bag. It's about the dog. It is dead. Exactly. That's how it's dead.
Why is it not charging?
That's what I'm saying. The thing is,
It's all good.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to.
Oh, your hair still on me?
I don't know if they have the app on that.
It does.
Making this man say that. Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, they ain't glitched that. That's all that was. That's 2K17.
Here you go.
No, but they glitched it to make it look like it. That's actually game. Go ahead.
That's not real out here. They can glitch the game into it. You know that's not.
All right, we're gonna start with the video up.
You're listening to Y Radio, San Francisco, California.
How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. It's not that he's leaving Oklahoma City. If you're not happy there and you want to move on and you want to grow as a player, or there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. He's a quintessential superstar. He deserves all the credit in the world for the talent that he possesses. But the flip side is this. They were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. He was 48 minutes removed from getting to the NBA Finals by winning the Western Conference. 3 times he failed, particularly in Game 6. And you depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself, or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA. I think it's incredibly weak, and I don't want to hear any comparisons to that of LeBron James when LeBron James left Cleveland for South Beach. When LeBron left Cleveland, the cupboard was bare. He was basically the only dude in Cleveland. It was LeBron James and a bunch of no-names. In the case of Kevin Durant, you have one of the top 5 players in the world as your teammate. You got Billy Donovan, who's proven to be an exceptional coach. You've got the coaching staff. You've got a first-class organization. You've got Enes Kanter, Steven Adams, and all of these boys. You are legitimately a championship contender. You are the difference. You are the superstar. And you depart for the team that beat you, that's the 2-time reigning defending Western Conference champions, who's won a championship in the last 2 years. You're jumping on a bandwagon as far as I'm concerned. That's just the way that I look at it. I don't think there's any way to deny that. All the reporters, whether it's Ramona, it's Chris Broussard, everybody doing an exceptional job, pointing out the things that they point out. I don't disagree with anything anybody is saying. But in the end, what it comes down to is that Kevin Durant is one of the top 3 players in the world. And he ran away from the challenge that he faces in order to jump on the bandwagon of a team that's a little bit better, that's already ripe with at least one superstar, a couple of guys that can really, really get it done. I just view it as him jumping on the bandwagon, and I think it's the weakest move I've ever seen by a superstar, plain and simple.
Man. So we're back, YRadioSF.com. So I'm over here being able to look at Snapchat, and I see Charles Barkley commented too on Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors, and he said that he was very disappointed that Kevin Durant jumped on the gravy train and won a championship. So haters gonna hate, man. So we're here with some young brothers. We're talking about the whole Kevin Durant comes to the Golden State Warriors. The real fireworks that happened on 4th of July, before the fireworks really started. So let's go in. What was your initial reaction when y'all heard? Did y'all think it was like a joke, or when it really set in, what was y'all opinion?
This is Trey speaking. I guess I was really confused and kind of surprised to hear that, especially from Kevin Durant. He always had enough tenacity and grit to stick with what he felt was right and playing for his own team. And I never knew he would give up. I mean, I'm not saying he would give up, but I just don't like how the procrastinators, everybody that's hating off him, it's not all about the team and it's about the championships. This is about business. It's not always about the money. So it's not reasonable for everybody to hate off what he doing because they not in that position. And if they were in that position, they would have probably chose the same thing. It's all about business, making that money. If you can't beat them, join them. So, but he was 3-1. They could have murdered them, but I'm not about to get on that subject. Yeah.
Just to piggyback off of what you were saying, man. First of all, number one, Kevin Durant only had 2 options to choose from, and the other team, I forget what team it was, but I know that the other team didn't have that much as a caliber as the Warriors that were offering him that much money.
You mean like everybody else in the league?
Huh? Yeah. They was offering him that money in that type of team to actually know that he's gonna win. Like, whenever you're on a team, you're supposed to feel that you're gonna win. And I feel like after that series, he had to notice, like, oh man, I just keep losing. So I'm trying to win. So let me go ahead, join a team that's actually winning. Been to the finals, back to back. 1-1.
Should have won back.
Should have won back to back, but we ain't gonna get into that. And also, it's not just the team that's wrong with him; it's actually himself why he left. Because he needs to learn how to develop as a man. And the Warriors, strength in numbers, they like whenever they're down, they're humble. They don't get angry with each other. They don't get angry with the coaches. They just play until the clock says 0-0. Now, Kevin Durant's team, which was the Oklahoma City Thunder, he was like arguing, like as you saw in the, remember, and with Westbrook, he was arguing with Westbrook, he was arguing, I remember when they was playing the Warriors, it was the game 3-3, and the dude, he passed it to one person, I forget his name, but he didn't shoot the ball, he was wide open, so he passed it back. Yeah, Deion Waiters, he did not shoot the ball. And so after you saw it, when they had the timeout, he was yelling at him, he was screaming, he was like, shoot the ball. Yeah, man. So I feel like he has to develop as a person as well. So.
I mean, I don't blame him for leaving the OKC. I mean, if you want to leave the team and you want to leave it, like, haters gonna hate. Like, I don't understand why people are hating. I mean, it's his decision, his money. If he wanted to do that and he actually want to win a championship, I mean, I would do it too. I don't blame him. But like, if he went to the, like, say he went to the Knicks, if he went to the Knicks, nobody would complain at all because he's a superstar and he's probably going to try to build that team up to the championship. I mean, yeah, okay, he went to the Warriors, could have chosen a different team, but I mean, he chose the Warriors, so don't trip about what he said or...
Right. So that's a good point. So I'm going to bring up a couple of points. So we're going to talk about competitive balance, but I really want to talk about OKC first, right? So let's talk about OKC. So since I think February or March, there was rumors, there's little articles that Kevin Durant was interested in coming to the Warriors in February, not like recently, since a couple months ago. And then I want to ask you about the relationship with Russell Westbrook. Do you think that played, you guys can tell me, a major role, a minor role, or no role at all in him possibly leaving in their relationship?
I feel like I said, it's all about business. It's all about getting the moolah. But no, I don't think Westbrook could have been one segment to this situation. Possibly because Westbrook, you know, when he gets the ball, it's only him. He has tunnel vision. What he do is what he do. Right. So, but he can't see nobody else but that hole. So when he drive, he's unstoppable. He can't be stopped. I mean, he can be stopped, but he can't stop himself once he start moving.
He shot more threes than Westbrook.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Durant.
Durant, yeah. Like, when he can shoot, he can drive, but his main position is to drive, to get in the hole. But, nah, I don't feel like Westbrook could have been one of those segments.
Like, I don't think Russell Westbrook can lead his team. I mean, he calls for the ball a little bit too much. I'm not saying that he's a ball hugger, but, like, I mean, from my point of view, I think he can't really lead it because he's not, I don't know, just the way he plays. But I mean, he got heart. He can, like, he's a competitive person. I respect that, but it's just like I don't have like really that much faith. But like, I mean, I'm not an OKC fan. That's why.
Right. So, I mean, do you think from what you saw, he could have, like, I mean, in your opinion, with those two people on the team, who should be the number one priority?
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin.
But who oftentimes was the number one priority?
Russell Westbrook.
Right, because he's the point guard. He touches the ball more. So you think that might have, like, I think Kevin Durant and Westbrook, they like each other.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes they just don't play good together. And it kind of seemed like that in the final, those last 3 games. Like, what happened? You guys are up 3-1.
I mean, to me, like, I feel like they argue way too much and they didn't decide, you know.
And then I also feel like they were boys against men during the, like finals. You said, during the finals or the the conference finals.
Right.
It was boys against men. OKC was the boys, Warriors was the men. They didn't argue with each other. OKC did.
So let me ask you, do you think? So you remember they had James Harden on their team, right? They had James Harden on their team, and they traded him because they didn't want to pay a little extra money. Do you think if Harden would have stayed on that team, do you think Kevin Durant still would have been on there?
No. I don't know. No. They wouldn't have needed him.
I mean, I don't know. It depends. Like, if he stayed, you think they would have been in this position where they are? I'm pretty sure that they would have went to the championship or something, you know. But I don't know, because James Harden wants the ball. Then Russell Westbrook. KD doesn't beg for the ball. He comes he's just not. He's a team player. He doesn't care.
Right.
I feel like if he would have stayed in OKC, I feel like they would have went, because I feel like they would have went, but it would have been hard for them to go, because all three, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, they are all
star players.
They're star players and they're leaders, but they're selfish leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They will literally get the ball and just Kobe you.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm a fan of Kobe, and I know he ball hard.
Right.
But he will Kobe you. All three of them. Ain't nobody gonna get the ball that way.
And so, okay, we'll transition to, and they traded Serge Ibaka too, right? Before
wow.
Made this, they traded him to Orlando for Oladipo or something. So forget OKC, they're done, they're trash. And probably Westbrook more likely gonna go to the Lakers anyways after this year. It looks like it. But now Kevin Durant's on the Warriors. Over under, they'll score 200 points in a game this season.
Over.
It depends on your chemistry. If you don't have chemistry, you can't play the game. So who's the number one option still now? So the starting lineup is Steph at the 1, Curry,
Clay at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3, and he's taller than everybody. Our boy Draymond at the 4, and Zaza Pachulia at the 5.
That's a new center.
That's a new center?
Yeah, Zaza Pachulia.
Second was Klay Thompson. I feel like Curry will still be the first option, because number one, he's the point guard. Number one, he gets the ball first after every possession.
Who do you double team though?
Exactly.
4. Who do you double team first?
Curry,
because he's a threat. Everybody knows. Exactly.
Who would you double team first?
It depends on what. Actually, it depends on what team you play. Because if we play the Cavs, they gonna double team Curry
and Durant.
How you gonna double team?
That's how they didn't win the series. They weren't worried about everybody.
Why would they get?
She even said.
Bruh, all they need is LeBron to guard Kevin Durant. Why would they double?
Okay.
They don't.
So here you go. So we're wrapping up. So Kevin Durant has 2 years with us, right? Final question. Out of those 2 years, how many championships do we get with him, or do we get any at all?
It depends on the chemistry. If they had chemistry, then of course we're gonna win championship. But if we don't, then I guess 0. Then
I feel like I don't need to worry about. I feel like all Warriors fans don't need to worry about the chemistry, because number one, Kevin Durant ain't never been selfish. As you've seen, he has the ability to drive, slam on you, or shoot the 3. But he's not selfish with it like Russell Westbrook. So I feel like the chemistry isn't a problem, because if you see in the games, the Warriors take minimum, at the least, 4 to 5 passes before they shoot at all or take a
Right. And notice this, with Kevin Durant, that means we get 8.2 more rebounds a game. That's the average 8 rebounds, and that was the thing we lost last year. So, just before we go, any of y'all going to a Warriors game?
Yeah.
I definitely want.
I doubt it.
If it's cheap.
Anybody going to a preseason game this year?
Nope. I mean, I don't.
It's gonna be all the rookies.
The tickets, the price is gonna go up now that Kevin Durant on there.
Crazy, right?
On average,
Hey, you guys want to make money? Buy a Warriors ticket for cheap and sell it for high on StubHub. We're not advocating. We're advocating you guys go to the game, but so you're saying out of the last 2 years, we're gonna get at least 1 championship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least 1. All right. That's been said. It's been predicted this year, or for his first year, or second year?
First year.
First year. So it's predicted.
And probably second.
SF.com. The Warriors are gonna get a championship this year with Kevin Durant. So it's been said. So thank y'all.
Hey, I just got to do a quick announcement real quick. our website crashed. We got like close to like 5,000 listeners right now, and so it's being reset right now. So hopefully, if you guys can hear us online right now, YRadioSF.com, we're resetting our website right now. Y'all can tune into us on Facebook Live if y'all can hear us, and we go also on Periscope, YRadioSF.com. But we're out here. Once again, round of applause for the gentlemen that are just coming over. We're gonna do another quick little transition, and coming up next we got Burton High School's cheerleader squad. They're gonna be talking about their experiences about them being on the cheerleading. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah! You're listening to Y Radio San Francisco.
All right, cheerleading squad.
Hey, Dalen.
Oh, wait, no, I know you.
Seconds, 30 seconds. I need you guys quiet over here, please.
I still don't get everybody.
You're gonna have to turn it from side to side. Be careful with the door. Don't hit the line.
Do a dance contest.
We could. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, y'all. You ready?
I just keep winning my cheers.
Microphones are going up. Microphones are going up.
It'll be like, hey.
You're listening to Y Radio San Francisco, California.
All right. We're back over here, YRadioSF.com. I just heard the word that our servers crashed. Over 5,000 people listening. Dang.
I'm actually happy about that.
That's crazy. So yeah, everybody online is gonna be hearing this. Too bad you missed out. But yo, we got a special group of people. We got a guest group. Is that correct? The team, the squad goals over here. Burton, is it cheer squad or?
Yeah.
Burton. So I didn't even know they had cheer squads anymore. So Philip Burton here in San Francisco, California High School has a cheer squad that I heard is.
I kind of thought they were extinct.
Yeah, I know they're bringing it back like Afros and 8-tracks.
Right?
And not only did I hear they have a team, but their team is like killing right now, right? You guys are like winning championships.
So where are y'all at right now?
Uh-oh.
Do we need autographs?
How about this? Let's go around and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't be shy. You're on live now.
Your name, please?
I'm Regina. I'm Kaya.
I'm Keontae.
I'm Kavan.
I'm Lamar.
Cool.
And y'all.
And who? And we say your coach's name. Who's your coach?
Ashley Milton.
Okay, cool.
All right. So where are y'all like as a cheer squad right now? Like where would you guys see your rankings in like I guess SF or in the Bay?
Give him mic.
Oh, I think right now we're number one in the Bay. If you ask me, if it comes to me, my decision, and not because that's my team, just because.
Yeah, skill level. We're
And
number
can
one.
you dab on that when you say that? Can you dab when you say that? You say you're number one.
Other teams don't have what we have.
What's that? Hold up. You said other teams don't have what you have. When you say that, like, what is it that you guys have? Like, anybody else want to speak on that? Like, team synergy?
To be honest, we're more like a family, so that we get along more better than other teams do.
So real quick, so how did this squad come together? How did you guys how did this all get formed? Give me a little backstory about how did you guys come together.
Well, most of our squad been together since like freshman year on our JV team, so we already knew each other. So when it was time to move up to varsity, it was nothing. Like we were still a family, stuck together.
So when you say like y'all like were there for freshman year, how did it go for freshman year? Were y'all like at each other's throats, or like were y'all like pretty decent? How'd it go?
I don't really know. Like, we met like each other. Like, all of us were freshmen besides Lamar. He was a sophomore, but we met him too. But like, there were like different squads like on the team. Like, we didn't like everybody, and everybody didn't get along. And there was like one squad that nobody liked, and it was like our squad. And
wow, that the odd man out kind of thing, outcast.
Duh, because we talk too much and all that stuff. And yeah, we're just like sometimes disrespectful, and I don't know, but we like, yeah, sometimes. We like really became a family when Ashley became our coach, because she doesn't like. Huh?
You had like a sleepover at her house or something?
She just made us bond.
And how does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that like
you can, like,
you know being as a cheerleader, being on the cheerleading team and all that, like in any type of sport, you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's basketball, cheerleading, anything, like there's the chemistry of getting to know each other, right? And we all go through our personal dramas, right? Oh, I don't like him because he danced like this, or because he moving like that. What do you guys do that makes it so unique that you guys are able to bond and click as one? And also just to come in as introduce her as well too. We got Ashley, the cheerleading coach as well too. So big up to her to step up in the building. But y'all can jump in and feel free on any whoever wants to jump in. But how do you guys do that? Like what are the keys to success for you guys to be successful?
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. You really can. I just feel like when I came in, it was more like, okay, I used to be on Burton cheer team, and I know what Burton cheer team was before, when everybody on the team hated each other. And I remember when I was on the team, I just remember the people I was closest with were the people I spent the most time with. And they're with each other like 8 hours a day for school, then 4 hours for practice, and it's like, this is who you spend your time with. Like, this is basically your family, So we just try to like bring everybody together. Like, everybody has their differences and everybody goes through their like every day-to-day things, but like at the end of the day, it's like, if you're up there in the air, I'm gonna catch you because you're my sister, and if you fall, it's like my sister is about to go to the hospital. Like, I'm gonna be upset after that. So we just try to like make this family environment for everybody.
So you're saying real quick that is trust a big thing in your group, like on and off practice? Like, you guys really trust each other?
Well, it's not that we're actually forced to trust someone, because in a stunt group you can't like go in with your egos, and because if you drop a girl, that's like her life in your hands, so you can't have like egos, and you have to work as a team and work together.
Is that hard? Like, let's say you're throwing someone up and you may not like them. You have the ability to kind of move your hands out the way, but you don't. Like, how do you fight the like?
Like, remember that like maybe like the union class and they got to grade your paper and they give you like a C instead of a B. Like, remember that C you gave me? I don't like you. Just like move your hand, let them fall.
Well, I don't trip over C's, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you join the team, you automatically supposed to trust that person, and that person is automatically supposed to trust you. And if not, then you could quit or stop being a cheerleader, because being a cheerleader is about trust. It's about nothing else. Like, family and trust.
So we'll get so you see a lot of movies in different places. You go down south, you see a lot of cheerleaders, predominantly like women. So how is it for young men to be a part of it and have a place in it and part of the squad?
The man in the squad hold it down. Like we, seriously. Like right now, I'm a captain. He's a co-captain. We holding it down for the team.
Yeah, so y'all ain't just accessories. Y'all in the midst of it, like really. Yo, and so how does it feel like when you guys are like, yeah? So for people getting thrown up in the air, like, how does it feel?
Flyers? Y'all flyers?
Yeah, what's that
Anybody
position?
here?
She's a flyer.
You're a flyer?
Yeah, so can you guys break down the different positions in the squad? Like, who's who does what?
Okay, well, I'm a flyer. That means I go up. Yeah, I get thrown up there.
So hey, so if you go up a lot, that means you're a frequent flyer, right?
Yes. I'm the base. I'm the person that carries the flyer and throws them up, and the one that's supposed to catch them and make sure they don't fall.
I'm also a base. Yes, one of the best bases on the team.
I'm a back. Okay, so my main part is to like stabilize the stunt. Like if a girl falls, then I'm that extra support to catch her so she like doesn't hit the ground. And like, yeah, that's my part.
So you gotta be like pretty strong, huh?
Yeah.
I'm a back spot also, and I went to what he says. And sometimes our flyers get heavy when we're tired, so like we just gotta hold the weight for the bases.
And Miss Ashley, if you don't mind, what was your position as a cheerleader, and what's your current position?
When I was on the team, I was the main base, so I was like the more supportive base, and then now I'm the coach.
Flyer.
No, I don't fly. I tried to, fill all the different positions. Like today, I was making them do this stunt over and over again, and I was like, let me try it. And I did. I'm like, I'm so sorry I made y'all do this so much. It was so hurtful. It hurt so bad.
Do you guys have any trust building exercises or stuff like that? Things you do stunting? That's it. You guys don't trust falls or go out to places and just get to know the person who almost has your life in their hands? Any trips or anything like that?
Right here.
Okay, I feel like all of the stunt groups, they're friends already. Like I was really close friends with Lamar, and we're in a stunt group. And every stunt group, everybody's really close, so that kind of already builds trust. So when you do your stunt, it's like you already trust that person.
Well, I mean, you guys, you just said friends, and then but then earlier you guys said family. What changes it? What makes you guys go from, oh yeah, I'm in stunt group with him and he's in my class, to, oh yeah, I'm in stunt group with him, this is what we do, this is how we do it, this is what we are, this is who we are? How does it go from those two places? Anybody else?
I mean, I can, yes. It's kind of like, these are my school. I think what he's asking is when you're in class, these are your friends. You'd be like, yeah, these are my friends at school. But then when you think about cheer, you'd be like, this is my family. But why do you consider this your family? It's because they go through blood, sweat, and tears together. Literally. They bleed, they fall, they hurt themselves, people have to go to the hospital, people get injured, and once they come out of it together, and I feel this year, the team is basically the same team from last year. We added maybe a couple new people, so it's they already have this strong bond that they've gone through this whole tough year of transitioning and growing up together. That's these are my siblings now.
Y'all making cheerleading sound harder than the Marines, God.
Hold on, actually, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
First of all, I think it's really dope that that you went to Burton and now you're coming back to give back to the kids. I think you don't really see that a lot, and I think that's phenomenal, right? To give your time for them. Can you talk about from when school first started to now, the growth and maturation of the group, and if anybody has stood out that you were it may have been one way in the beginning and then totally blossomed towards the end?
Yeah, I mean, well, when I first took over the team, I was really nervous. I had never coached before. I'm these kids are gonna be who is this lady trying to tell us what to do? But I came in with the positive attitude, okay, let me give y'all my background. I've been here. You know, like I know what you guys are feeling. I know what you guys are going through in life. Like it's okay. Like you can come talk to me. And all that. So I feel like I had to build my relationship with them first for them to trust like me. Cause you know it's hard for kids. Like you bring a new person in, it's like who are you? Like, but I feel also because of my age, it kind of helps out. Like I'm only 21. Like I'm the youngest cheer coach in San Francisco. Yes, I'm the youngest cheer coach. I'm the youngest coach citywide.
Does that include statewide? Because
I don't know
21
about
is
state.
really young.
Well, I started when I was 20. I'm 21 now.
That's something. I commend you for that. That's great. You're fresh out of college.
I'm still in college.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, so when I first got with the team, they had like a really like strong skill set already, and like I came in like, okay, we're not even gonna start off with baby steps, we're just gonna excel. So like, just truly like all of them overall just have like sparkled in my eyes. Like they've done amazing things, like things even the old coach was like, I never would have thought they would have done that. Just need a little push.
So, out of all the clubs, right? There could have been chess club. There could have been Glee Club, all these types of clubs, but y'all chose cheerleading. Let's go one individually and just ask why you chose cheerleading.
I chose cheerleading because I had been a cheerleader since I was in 5th grade, so that's just something I'm gonna do. I know it, I love it, so that's why I did it.
I chose cheerleading because I was a very shy person and I didn't like talk to no one, and by joining cheer my shyness came out and now I have a strong personality.
I became a cheerleader because I didn't want to do any other sport, and I feel like guys do like regular like sports that all guys do, like basketball, football, and soccer and all that stuff. I just wanted to do something different and show that cheerleading is not just for girls and whatever.
I joined cheer because you barely see any guy cheerleaders, and like it's something new that I wanted to. It's something new that I wanted to do, and I wanted to stand out at school. I didn't just want to be that kid that sits in the corner all the time.
I chose cheer because, like Keontae said, just to try something new and different.
I actually started the cheer program at Burton High School when I was I, junior, 2010. And so I wanted to be a cheerleader like my whole life. And there's no cheer programs in San Francisco. And so when Ms. Traverso, the old cheer coach, was like, would you be interested? I was like, yeah, totally. Like I had done like minor cheer things in elementary school, but I had no idea like what I was getting myself into. So I was excited, and it was the one sport my dad did not want me to do, so I did it.
Crazy. I'm impressed by all your responses. You know, like,
can I like come and train with y'all? Like, do I have to go to Burton to join this? This sounds kind of fun, actually.
You want me to do a demonstration?
I know, huh?
Yeah, can y'all like show us something y'all do? Like, no one actually like jumping up in the air, because I don't want y'all to like hit your head or something. But like a cheer or something, like y'all like step.
Or it doesn't even have to be a stunt. Like it could be something. So we're trying to break down necks over here.
Y'all can do it. Y'all can do a stunt. Y'all can do a stunt. Go ahead and do one. Let me move the hell out the way.
Stay close right there.
We keep doing your own.
Come on, Kaya.
Ready?
Scoot forward this way so you don't get on the light.
You know how to do it?
Yes. He does it today. 1, 2.
Oh,
that's what's up.
Wow. All I can think about was liability. Wow.
I know, right? Hey, my heart just stopped there for a second.
They're all insured and safety certified, so they know.
I'd love to see y'all go for an actual performance. Right. Wow. That's it. That's Burton's cheer squad, and this is YRadio.
I want to ask you a super serious question. What is your guys' favorite cheer movie?
Here we go. I swear.
Bring it on. It's
Sugar and Spice.
Well, no. I don't.
I honestly never ever actually watched a cheer movie.
What? Blasphemy.
I like the Bring It On All or Nothing.
That's my favorite. Kaya's, yeah.
What happened to fight to your family? That was the first one though.
I've never seen a cheer movie
Boy.
in my life.
No, y'all need to go.
Yo. They dry. It's okay. They dry.
I feel like this movie night's coming.
Sugar and Spice. That's what it's called. When they were at the bank.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's you know.
With the pregnant children.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one too.
I think mine was, what was it? Stick It or? No, it was they kept saying it like it was like Stick It. The one they kept saying, "Si se puede." Yes, they kept saying it. It was a Disney movie.
Oh, I know.
Wait, what?
I know, right? No. They kept saying "Si se puede."
Was it a Jessica Alba movie? I don't know.
No.
They're not cheerleaders. They're like performers.
I don't remember, but it was a Disney movie, and they kept saying "Si se puede," and then that's how I learned what it meant.
So let me switch the gear and ask a different question. How do you? Because of course, like there's the stereotypes about being cheerleaders, like, and all the stuff that you guys have to deal with, right? Of course, it's it's a real thing, right? Like, how do you guys deal with those stereotypes? I mean, like, to me, I find it amazing and it's beautiful, right? Like, you guys are all beautiful. You guys are doing something really amazing. But again, with that comes with that territory, right? Whether if it's you are a young male and you are cheerleading, you get those stereotypes, right? Or if it is that you're a young girl, you get those stereotypes, right? How do you deal with that adversity? How do you? I want to get to know that side of that, and I'm curious to know just what your guys' thoughts and what you guys go through when you hear that.
Well, when I be hearing like people say stuff like bad stuff, I just try to like let them know that the stuff they say isn't always true. Like, they need to be on the inside of it. I just try to get them to think about it. Like, you guys are in teams too. People talk about your teams and how do you feel when people say it to y'all. So y'all should not say it to us. That's what I just try to say.
I feel like the Oh.
Go ahead, you go first. I'm thinking.
Okay, I feel like the most trash talk we get is that we're weak and we can't do nothing. But like, football players are not sitting there throwing girls up. They're not sitting there like risking their lives. They are risking their lives. Like, football is a dangerous sport, but nobody has to risk falling from an extension all the way to the ground.
True.
To be honest, I don't listen to what people say because nothing's gonna change my mind. If I want to do cheer, I'm gonna do cheer. And I don't listen to stereotypes because you can't really say stuff like that if you never tried it, if you've never been on a team. So I just ignore it.
Okay, I've learned to block it out because I've been talked about my whole life, and I don't really care because, like, when you say something, I'ma ignore it. I'ma let it go in one ear and go out the other because I have to keep my head up and look at the positive things in life.
I don't really let stereotypes bother me because it's like, if you're not doing it, then you shouldn't be talking about it.
True.
I keep getting henna on your mic. I'm real sorry.
It's cool. It's cool.
I feel like there's not, in my opinion, I'm not at school and in class with them, but I feel like there's a lot of respect for Burton cheer team. Like, when I go to other schools and I have meetings, they're like, y'all got a powerhouse center. Like, we have the biggest co-ed team in San Francisco. Most teams only have one boy, 2 max, and we have how many did we have last year? We had 6. So it's I don't feel that we get those kind of stereotypes. Of course we get the ones oh, your school's weak. We get those. Oh, your school sucks. Okay, the school, but if you break the school down into different aspects, it's okay, maybe your cheer team doesn't suck.
How does it feel when they kind of target you, kind of single you out? Because me personally, I would see cheer videos and I see guy cheerleaders and I'm he's actually pretty buff. I wonder how much it takes to, you know, throw somebody in the air like that or stuff like that. And I would see other guys like, oh, he has to be like, you know, gay or something like that. How, and like if it's a girl, like, oh, she's an airhead, she doesn't know anything, she's like stupid or something like that. How would like you guys personally deal with that? And this can go like to anyone.
I don't really trip off of it because my whole life I've been called a hoe and stupid and all the little type of stuff. So being on the cheer team, all of that was normal to me. I really don't trip. They just say it more, but you know, it's the same thing. I've been going through it the whole time.
Oh, you said you're a flyer, right?
Yes.
Quick question. How high have you ever gotten?
I don't know. I don't count. Like, I've been like wrong.
Oh, I wasn't asking that kind. No, just like, yeah, I wasn't asking that. No, yeah. How did you?
Wow. Like I don't
really,
count.
really hobby.
I don't count.
I mean, was it like every time you got thrown, you was like, wow, I'm really high up there?
No, that's not what I'm thinking about. What I be thinking about is trying to make sure that it hits, like it looks nice. So I'm not focused on how high I am.
I'm not get too high. That's good.
Sometimes. Some of them.
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I don't care what people think. Like, I just don't care. It's like, I don't believe, if I know I'm not that or I know I'm not doing that, then I don't care.
I have a low tolerance for ignorance, so I just like tell a person like, you come do it and put yourself in my shoes and you come carry her and you come do all these flips and you learn how to do the splits and you do all that.
Okay, real quick, because we're running out of time. Just two quick questions. Actually, you can answer one of them. Some achievements, and then also, like, are you guys thinking about going to college to pursue this, or in your colleges? This is something you guys want to follow up on when you graduate?
So some achievements they've had this year. I feel like this was like the craziest year for the cheer team in general. Like they did a lot more performances than ever. They performed at freshman orientation. A couple months after that, they did our homecoming rally. A couple months after that, they performed in competition. 2 months after competition, they did Super Bowl City. 2 months after Super Bowl City, they did spring rally, and then turned around 2 months later and was at UC Davis for cheer camp. Like, cheerleading is a year-round sport, like it doesn't stop. So I feel like just getting through the year all together is like an accomplishment in itself.
Oh, well, I haven't like really decided, but sometimes it does run across my mind that I want to go to college and cheer, because like it's become my life now, basically. So a lot of stuff I put cheer before a lot of stuff, because like when you join cheer, it's a different commitment than when you join other sports.
Anybody else?
So real quick, we got about another 45 seconds left. How do we follow y'all? You guys got on social media? You guys want to advertise yourselves?
I got like 2 people Snapchat something.
Okay. But let's get them. What do they got? What do they got? So at least we get before we get off the radio.
We have a Burton Cheer Instagram that we just made while we were at camp because we wanted the other kids at camp to follow them. But it's just Burton Cheer, right? Burton Varsity Cheer?
No, it's like Burton Cheer.
I think it's just Burton Cheer. I'm sure if you just search Burton Cheer, you'll find it. But then you can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at AshleyJanae8, ASHLEYJNAE, and I will post all my cheer stuff.
Okay, so y'all can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at Gina.asf, GINA.asf.
There you go. She was ready.
It's GINA_ASF.
Okay. Look, she had her whole thing already set. See, that's what it comes down on. You got to know how to advertise yourself, right? We got to close up. We got another 10 seconds, and I want to thank you guys again. We're back again next Thursday, 3 o'clock, YRadioSF.com.
Radio, y'all. Hit us
Thanks
up.
again for tuning in, y'all.
Yeah! You're listening to Y Radio of San Francisco.
No, that's more like a camp thing. Like when they go to camp, they be like, they meet all these new people, and I know like on Twitter, I think someone like tweeted G and was like, we missed you guys at camp.
Let's get a picture of y'all real quick, all together, and then we can close off that piece.
Boy.
Shoes off. I know, right? Don't wait.
That was impressive though.
What's up?
So, you getting this with me?
Nope. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, get a goofy one. Get a goofy one. Get a crazy one in there. There you go. Be shy. There you go. There you go. Y'all can do your dabs. Y'all do. There you go. I know, right? You see, someone's photogenic. Someone knows how to smile for the camera. I was saying to Ashley. Ashley knows what she's doing too. Hold on, girl.
There you go. Y'all number one. Y'all number one team, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So real quick, I'm gonna do a video, and so I just need y'all to say that y'all listening to YRadioSF. All right. Introduce yourselves. You're on the Burton cheerleading team. Y'all listen to YRadioSF.
Wait, say that one more time. Wait, let's go
Listening.
practice it for a second.
So introduce.
Get ready, one.
Hold on.
Wait, no, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
All right. For sure.
Wait, what are you gonna say?
We're the Burton High School cheer team, and we listen to YRadioSF.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Wait, we're gonna practice one more time.
All right.
5, 6, 7, 8. We're the Burton High School cheer team, and you listen to YRadioSF. That's how
One more time. Practice. Okay, go.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We're the Burton High School cheer team, and we're listening to YRadio.
Is it y'all or we're?
Where?
Y'all.
Is it y'all or we?
Y'all.
Either way.
Okay, say we.
And we're.
We're listening.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're the Burton High School cheer team, and we're listening to YRadioSF.
Alright, y'all got it now? Y'all ready? Alright, it's for real. Eye contact, everything. There you go, get photogenic. Alright, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're the Burton High School cheer team.
Oh my god.
This or we?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, okay. You're ready?
Alright, here we go. Off the top again. 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're the Burton High School cheer team, and you're listening to YRadioSF.
There you go. There you go. Good job. Thank you all. Thank you again.
No.
Wait.
Hey, do me a favor. If you guys can send me all your links, we'll put them on our website, and then we can just have a quick little shots.
For my IG?
We can do it all if you guys want to.
Lit, right.
Oh, lit.
Thank you all.
How you gonna hook them up and not hook us up? We hosting the damn thing.
Thank you, Ashley.
I gotta get that fucking one playlist.
Alright, so on
Workout
Periscope
videos.
and Snap, we have 155.
That's dope.
Periscope and Snap or
155 on Periscope.
No, that's on Periscope. No.
155 on Periscope?
No, 105 on Periscope.
105 on Periscope.
And then 50 on Snap.
We have one. They started at 5:45. They have a full
We have one on and off viewer.
And 2 viewers on
Right. It felt like it was an hour.
2 viewers.
How long was that? There was a 15-minute. The radio show was a 2-hour show.
Go.
So, dude, it crashed. It crashed. Like, I peeked on it, it was like, it went up to 5,000 and it crashed.
We're at 5,157.
Look at that.
I put the goal 60.
We go with 60. We got 5,000.
Yeah.
That's like almost 100 times more.
I gotta call YRadio or the radio.co company. Damn. And now we gotta be like, dude, we need more space.
We need more space. We got 5,000 viewers.
5,157.
Everybody left, by the way, except for like
Yeah, let me shoot them all a text.
Dalen is still downstairs. Shanti still downstairs. But Mama left.
Wait, who left?
Is we still live?
No, we're done. It ends at 5 o'clock. The broadcast ends at exactly 5.
Hold on, who left? So it stopped automatically?
Yeah.
Who left and who's still here? Mostly the only one who left was Mama.
That's
and
not true.
Dominisha. And Kenneth never came.
Trey left.
Is Amaya still here?
No, she left.
Okay.
I can't open it.
What's his face, please? Trey's still here.
Trey left.
Trey's stuff is up here.
Trey left. Galen left.
Trey did leave. They're all in the gym.
Yeah, but they're not here.
I meant left, like left the building.
Shit.
Can somebody tear this? I can't.
Holy shit.
That's what you get for talking something smack.
No, I wasn't talking smack. I couldn't even open it in the first place.
Holy shit.
Shut up. Shut up.
Holy. Am I still recording off of this? Let me stop. I am. Let me stop.